Spiritual warfare isn't obvious. It doesn't wear horns, and it rarely announces itself. Most of the time, it enters through a thought, an appetite, an ego boost, a craving, a distraction, or the need for approval. And if you can't recognize the attack, you keep responding the wrong way. This is what this video is all about. How to fight spiritual warfare like a Navy SEAL. I'm Christian Sasson, founder of NEWMEFY.com, an online space where you discover your purpose, become the new you, and start in your life. And I rebuilt myself many times coming out of depression, addictions, and absolute collapse. And in the process, I've cracked the code of purpose. This is what you're going to find in this YouTube channel. Keep watching. There is something called the triple threat. Military men understand this immediately. The enemy can attack from 3 fronts: air, land, and sea. Each front has its own attack pattern, its own breach points, and its own defensive strategy. You don't respond to an air attack the same way you respond to a ground assault. You don't respond to a naval attack the same way you respond to incoming troops on land. Different attack, different strategy. And in spiritual warfare, the exact same principle exists. Here's the triple threat in spiritual terms: the devil, the flesh, and the world. The devil represents the air attack on spirit. The flesh represents the land attack on your body. And the world represents the sea attack on your soul. Each temptation correlates to one part of human nature: body, soul, and spirit. Because humans are triune beings like the Creator, attacks happen on all 3 levels. So here they are. Number 1, the devil. That's air attack on your spirit. The devil attacks through lies, pride, rebellion, ego, ambition without submission, and thoughts designed to pull you away from truth. Number 2, the flesh. The flesh is land attack on your body. The flesh attacks through cravings, comfort, impulses, addiction, appetite, and emotional weakness. Number 3, the world. That's sea attack on your soul. The world attacks through validation, comparison, vanity, recognition, applause, and the need to be seen. 1 enemy, 3 fronts, 3 different attack patterns. And this is where people destroy themselves. They use the wrong response against the wrong threat. I have a solution for this: a playbook. It's called the RFI playbook. Here it is. Resist, flee, ignore. Number 1, you resist the devil, the air attack on your spirit. You resist the temptation to acquire, achieve, win, or succeed by any means necessary. It could be lies, manipulation, compromise. For example, cheating to get ahead, manipulating people for personal gain, pretending to be someone you're not, saying whatever gets you approval, hiding the truth to protect your reputation. Number 2, you flee the flesh. That's land attack on your body. You flee the temptation to satisfy physical or emotional hunger outside God's will. Remove the temptations from your sight. Remove the environment that feeds your weaknesses, such as cravings, impulses, addictions, and emotional weakness. For example, watching or producing porn, dumping food down your throat to alleviate anxiety, drinking to escape a miserable life, scrolling for hours instead of handling your responsibilities. Number 3, you ignore the world, the sea attack on your soul. You ignore the temptation to perform for recognition, validation, and status. You ignore the world's applause. Your reward from God will vanish if your motive is human praise. For example, posting for likes instead of mission, buying things to impress people, needing attention to feel valuable, building a fake online image for approval. Yes, talking to you. That's the strategy. Now that you know the RFI playbook, let's get practical. Here are the steps. Number 1, know your enemy. Not every temptation is the same. Identify whether it's from air, land, or sea. Devil, flesh, or world. Number 2, use the right weapon. Resist the devil, flee the flesh, ignore the world's approval. RFI. Number 3, that's important. Guard your thoughts. Evil works through thoughts, using lies, accusations, and subtle suggestion to distort the truth. The mind becomes a battlefield. So when thoughts enter your mind, ask for an ID. If they don't match the truth, they're trespassing. Number 4, follow the chain of command. You can't stand against the enemy if you're not under God's authority. Number 5, stop focusing on lacking. Focusing on what you lack blinds you to what God already gave you. That leads to discontentment, which leads to sin. Number 6, abide, obey, and trust. Spiritual battles are won through alignment, not willpower. Victory is about obedience, not performance. Number 7, embrace restraint, because that is where strength lies. Power without submission turns evil. Discipline is what makes it divine. That's how you fight and defeat evil every single day, like a Navy SEAL. Now, credit where credit is due. I first heard this framework from Myron Golden. Since then, I've been applying it daily in my own life and turned into a personal warfare system for purpose, identity, and calling inside NEWMEFY. We're all standing on shoulders of giants. If something in you knows you're not living the life you were born for because you've been losing spiritual battles by using the wrong defense strategy, keep watching. These teachings will pull you out of your old self into the new you on purpose. Subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment with your takeaway. Till the next video, signing off.